three main replies that GCR posted yesterday. Not going to go into all of the details, but just kind of try to highlight the main points. One was that Mika was posting, sharing this on Scream. The time for greed is now, is what I'm hearing, referencing this old post from Feb 2023 by GCR, and GCR himself came back on that to say that it's been 750 days since he posted to long Solana at $10. And then it was the time to be greedy, but over the course of the last two years and a bit, the time to be greedy has gone. And if anything, it's the time to be less greedy. Second post was Web3 Quant was asking specifically, are you calling for the top? GCR said, I don't believe Bitcoin tops until it flips gold and will likely be long Bitcoin for the rest of my life at varying levels of allocation. Max was post FTX. Long USD is also a risky trade. And then the third one was still believe in 10K ETH. We'll address this once since it's asked so often. Was GCR's reply? The answer is yes. It was very clear my target for 2030. Otherwise, I wouldn't have tweeted by 2030. I've tweeted about ETH once in the past 3 years, and at the time I tweeted about it, ETH was in the 1000s. It's not 2030 yet, but you should still be up 3x since the last time I mentioned ETH.
I like it. Okay, so interesting thoughts there. One on Bitcoin, that it, kind of long Bitcoin until it flips gold. ETH to 10K over a longer time horizon, and long USD as a risk, as a risky thing. What are your reflections, Legendary? Your thoughts, and then how have you how are you applying it to your portfolio, or how were you maybe applying this anyway? Because I think we've been speaking.
Oops, I think
Been discussing privately.
We lost you for a moment, P, but you now are back with us. Okay. So yeah, you were asking how I'm applying this for my portfolio and how I've been thinking about my portfolio in general. I have a hard time always with like, is the top in now? When's ETH gonna go to 10K? Nobody can realistically tell you when the top is in. Not even someone who's made $1 billion in trading can do that. So this is not really how I operate. I just don't see a point in trying to think is the top in or not. Rather than that, I've been focusing in this cycle to take profits way more aggressively than I did the cycles before. And what I'm really trying to understand is how attention is flowing and what is attention on the stuff that I'm interested in, aka AI coins, for example, currently competing with. And also how we are progressing through a cycle and how our expectations are changing. Good example for that is basically we used to be excited about a Binance listing, whether it's a perp listing or spot listing. Perp listing was a cool thing. We progressed to being only excited for a Binance spot listing and then being like, if there's a perps listing, we're just better going to dump that shit because it's not going to help us. Then we used to get excited about the strategic reserve. Then we had the expectation that it has to come on day one. And then we used to be excited about either Elon or Trump mentioning a meme coin in any way, shape, or form. Think about Peanut. Peanut did run to a billion after Elon posted a couple of times about it on X. Now that expectation level got even higher. Now we expect Trump and family to launch meme coins and send them to 50 bill plus within a day. So we're getting to a point in the cycle where it's like really hard to compete with the attention that the Trump family is getting, or the most powerful people in the world are getting, which are getting involved on the meme side as well. And our expectations also get to a point where they're like ridiculously overblown. And that is something that I try to track more, which some people would call a top signal. But again, even if the top has been in or it hasn't been in, I feel like what is also important is to track the attention that new launches are getting. This is where I had the post out about anime coin specifically, major NFT project, obviously, and seeing how that will do in this market, competing against so many other things is an important indicator. So long story short, what does that mean for my personal portfolio allocation? The way I'm playing it currently is very much focused on conviction bets. I'm long in majors. I have a shit ton of money in stable coins. As I said, I took a lot of chips off the table this cycle. but I'm also happy to redeploy some of these stables again when I see an interesting opportunity. But on
But
a
it's
very
more in and out, though, isn't it?
in and out
Realistically,
short
for you at
time
the
frame.
moment.
Like I posted it with Trump, entered the trade at 10 bill, sold most of my position at 40 bill. Yes, I didn't sell the top. Same with Melania, only came in for a double up because it was already still a free trade because so many people missed Trump. But still, I had a hard time to expect or to like analyze how high this is going. So it was like, if I do a clean to X, I'm happy with that. Like
Yeah.
very quickly in and out of positions. And apart from majors, stables, and those in and out flips, really tried, and I've been saying this on the show as well, to consolidate my AI bets into some of the very, very major AI tokens, something like AIXPT, where I think this still has legs to go somewhere up again, but definitely reduced my token exposure by 80% to, not in terms of the money value of it, but in terms of the amount of tokens that I'm holding.